talk of the Buddha in the Dhammapada. Sahasam, I would like to read in Pali. Asasamabada api sevacha athabara santha ekam athajadam seyoya suya pathamati. In thought, there are 1,000 sayings consisting of the useless work. Better is the one useful work, hearing. Which one is the thought to peace? Sahasam api segatha atha bada satam ekam gathajaram siyoyam siti oba vasamati. Thought there are 1,000 works consisting of useless work. Better is one work, is the work hearing, which one is brought to peace. It has means in Vietnamese we say chỉ một lời lợi ích, nghe xong tâm bình an, hơn tụng cả muôn ngàn lời lời điều vô dụng. This is a one work. One work is useful and bring the peace. Happiness is better than reading 1,000 books. You see, it's a wonderful philosophy. Now, many people, they read 1,000 books, but only fighting, only ego, selfish. So, what is that meaning for 1,000 books and reading 1,000 words? Like I choose to tell you, and the Buddha, he taught us 1,000 words, but only few. We apply it, we get happiness. Certainly we get the happiness. And for example, I also told you a little story of my life when I was a young, very suffering. I meet my master Thầy Huyen in the Thất Sơn Mountain in Vietnam. He taught me many Mật secrets. One of them, he said, whenever you drink a cup of water, a bone of rice, should never forget. We should be gratefulness. And this small philosophy I apply very strictly. So I get so many good opportunities in my life. I apply it. For example, I come to the Holy Land where Buddha got enlightenment and was born. There's no Vietnam temple, no temple. And I make a wish. Lumbini should develop now. It's a develop. You see now what we have seen in the world. So many species, so many conferences talk about the peace, but there's no much peace. And many thinkers, many philosophers now, I'm thinking now, when they open their mouth, they talk peace, peace, peace. But we look at them, there's no peace. Yeah. And they talk so many things, so many 1,000 words. What is useless? Like the Buddha, he says, we should not disturb people. But when the people, they need to disturb people. And then, therefore, there's a conflict. Very interesting. So today I would like to invite Minh Đức Độ. Minh Đức Độ.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm very honored to be selected. I'm very honored to be among you guys. So I'll try and make this very quick. It's wonderful to see you all, by the way, today. My favorite word, I think, is love. You know, Jesus said, love each other with divine love. Love each other the way that I have loved you, and then you will be known as my followers. Everybody is like strangled by ego. We're so afraid of looking bad. We're afraid of losing our rewards. We're afraid of experiencing pain. We want to look good. We are angry with other people who hold us back and make us look bad. We're greedy for anything that makes us look better, anything that makes us feel better. So since we're all strangled by ego like that, one of the things that I did as a teacher, I started out teaching in South Central LA, is I made myself look bad in front of my kids. Whenever I made a mistake on the board, I would point it out. I'd say, oh, look at that. I made that mistake. I am so stupid. And they'd say, yeah, Mr. Pearson, you are so dumb. And I'd say, well, who's dumber, the guy who made the mistake or the idiots who are trying to learn math from them? And they'd say, well, Mr. Pearson, you can't call us idiots. And then, you know, it would get worse from there. And I would have kids in my class who would say bad words. You know what all the bad words are. And I'd say, oh, you can't say that word. There's a rule against it here. Look, it's right there on the board. Look, it's right. It's, oh, okay, just a minute. And I'd write the rule, you know, you can't say the F word in my class. I would actually say that word. And the kids would say, oh, Mr. Pearson, you can't say that word. And I said, I didn't say that word. Kenneth said it. I didn't say that word. John said it. So I would make myself look bad. You know how it is. You're a teacher. You wake up early in the morning. It's dark in the room. In the middle of the winter, you put on the wrong color socks. They don't match each other. They don't match your clothing. I would stand up on my desk in front of the class and I would pull my pants legs up, you know, and I'd say, what's wrong with this picture? I'd say, oh, Mr. Pearson, you are so stupid. Your socks don't match. And then we get into that thing, you know, who's dumber, the dumb math teacher or the people who are trying to learn math from them? You're stupid. I say, Mr. Pearson, you can't call your class stupid. So since we're all strangled by ego, if I make myself look bad, they look good. They go up. I would have to make things up. I would have to say, you know what? This morning, I backed my car into Mr. Fraser's car. I left a little dent on the back bumper. Don't tell him. You know, I would make little mistakes like that all the time, even if I didn't make a mistake. I go down, they go up. You know, one of the most important things I could do is not even a word at all. Just be mindful. Breathe through all the sensations I have. Just breathe through that. Whenever anybody else is going through a crisis, I don't have to say anything. Just be there silently. There are even, and this is the last thing I'll say, there are even martial arts of love, like Tai Chi and Aikido. When ego comes at you from another human being, there is a way to deflect that incoming evil energy and just encourage that other person to sit down. You know, so they can come and they can think, well, maybe I've got something better to do than attack this tall, scrawny white guy. You know, maybe I should be going to the store now. Maybe I should be minding my own business. So there are even loving martial arts. You don't have to say a word. When that evil energy, that ego energy comes to you, just deflect and go on with the rest of your day. So there you go. Love, I make myself look dumb. I deflect other people's ego. Lead from behind. Okay? Thank you guys so much for your patience.
Thank you, Minh Đức Độ. It's a wonderful. Now we say we have seen so many 100 books, so many conferences, so many works, so many propaganda, but there's just no peace, no happiness. Conflict going on, the climate change, so developing like this. So one thing, even one word, mutual respect. If we have mutual respect, the good attitude, then peace. No need to talk much. Now you know what happened in Ukraine and Russia. If they have some mutual respect, only few words, there's a peace come. Yeah. In the family, wife and husband, they have mutual respect. Then peace. Loving kindness, that's only few words. Yeah. So now I would like to invite Chakma. Konak Chakma, you are the young generation. Please share your idea.
I don't think I'm audible, right? Yeah. So, Venerable, the thing is, as you know, there's not one quotation that will universally apply for everybody. But as I was doing insight meditation, I realized something. We generally worship people, not the ideology of behind the people. For example, when we worship, we say that we're devotee of any god or goddess. We always go for their, image of a god or a goddess, not for their principles. For example, if we say we say that they are a follower of Jesus Christ, but they don't follow the principles of Jesus Christ. When Jesus was crucified, he was giving metta to the people. They said, oh, they're ignorant. Those people, they don't understand my loving compassion towards them. He was asking God for their forgiveness for the people who were crucifying him. He was in pain and agony, but still he was asking for forgiveness. I can also give you other examples. For example, when Lord Rama, when he was exiled by his father, as he was exiled, you see, Venerable, while exiling, his brother came back to get him back. And his father told him, please, come back, brother. I don't want to rule. It's your kingdom. But, he wanted to go for exile in his place. But those two brothers were fighting, not for the kingdom, not for the king, for the entire empire. They're fighting for to give up. They wanted to go exile in the name of the other brother for their mutual respect. But as we see, we call them followers of Lord Rama or Jesus Christ. We don't follow their principles. We see two brothers fighting each other. They go to court, but they claim to be followers of Lord Rama. It makes no sense. And worst of all, we call ourselves Buddhist, Venerable, but we don't follow Buddha's principle. We keep on worshipping Buddha. We say Nama Buddha, but we don't follow anything. So I personally believe we should always try to achieve the qualities of a person, qualities of a, devotee, or it could be quality of a god, goddess, or prophet, anyone. But we should rather achieve for their, I would say, the principles, what they stand for, their teachings. We should follow their teachings. So basically, I want to conclude that we should focus on the qualities of that. And another thing, as this applies for Buddhist people, if we feel like, let's say, that we are going through a tough time, when we Buddhist people, we do not, as we Buddhist people, we face that, when we are going to do some bad karma. Personally, I think we can imagine ourselves like we can be future arahants or Buddhas, when we think of ourselves, whenever we are about to commit any sin, or you can say bad karma, instantly, that very moment, we won't be able to do that. The reason being that when the amount of respect we have for bodhisattvas and future arahants or Buddhas, it will prevent ourselves from committing such kind of bad karmas. So I think it's a way we can to prevent, future sins, or you can put it future bad karmas. That's what I want to say. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
Here, Karma. Chakma. Today we talk topic about one word of the Buddha. So now we would like to invite Minh Đạt from USA.
Namaste. Thank you, Master. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for allowing me to share a few words on this topic. I think it's wonderful. I'll start by saying this, that more meaningful than words are actions. Actions is worth 1,000 words. Judge me by my actions, not my words. But when we do need to use words to convey a message, to present an idea, concept, keep it simple. I would like to share, a few quotes from Albert Einstein. Any intelligent fool can make things bigger and more complex. It takes a touch of genius and a lot of courage to move in the opposite direction. And another saying of Albert Einstein that dear to me is the definition of a genius is taking the complex and make it simple. I think a few words with sincerity, loving kindness, positive vibrations are much more meaningful than many, many meaningless and insincere words. And if you don't have anything to say, rather not say anything at all. So with that, I would like to also keep my words short and simple, and namaste, and thank you for sharing. Maybe you should share some of your perspective on this topic. I know Master is probably in the middle of a conversation.
Oh, was that me?
Yeah, I'm saying, Master, you guys in the middle of a conversation. Maybe you take the baton from now.
Okay. Yeah, my mother always said, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. Yeah. Yes.
I agree with that, my friend.
There was a lot of silence in our house.
No action, no talking only, no should not member of NATO. Okay, now I would like to invite John, please.
Thank you, Master. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Interesting topic. This week, this came up. This very thing came up in conversation. I often have a cup of coffee with the other English teachers here, and what has been coming up is how to become happy. I'm not, we make decent money in the country that we love, and they want to know about happiness. And I've just bit my lip, been very quiet, because they know about this Zoom every week. I tell them about it, but I haven't talked to them about it for quite a while. And it built up, and they were just wanting to know the secret of happiness. And so this week, I said they genuinely asked. There was 5 of us there. Genuinely asked, how can we be happy? What's it? I've got the motorbike I want to have. I've got a wonderful wife. I've got my job. I enjoy my job. But there's something lacking. They were lacking, and I've gone, it's very simple, but people won't do it. And dangling the carrot in front of them as such. And so we talked about gratefulness, and the 4 of them went, oh, no, that's not it. Just brushed it aside. I said, hang on a minute, think about it. What's grateful? How do you feel grateful?
it's such a simple process. It doesn't mean it's easy. If you don't know how to hold gratefulness in your heart, it doesn't mean it's easy. So they just popped it off as, no, that's too simple. So, that was just too simple for people to grasp, to behold gratefulness within their heart just for a few minutes. And I remember, I've told everybody this story before. I've had a few things happen to my life, and I had a good chance to test my ability to be grateful. And if you can, it can change your whole being. It may not change the fact that something's going on around you in the world, and that's going to happen. But it certainly helps you get through that process. And so that took us onto the journey of, I'm going to do a course. And they did all these courses about how to be successful, how to be happy, and which I've noticed happens a bit. And I'm not going to use any names because there's some people making a lot of money, and they're teaching people how to try harder and work harder and be smarter. And they're using so many cliches, like Mas was saying, so many words to tell you in the end nothing. They'll use in the same, the same sentence. They'll use words like opposites attract, and like attracts like. I've gone, hang on a minute. Right. And the secret, and it's all about trying to make things happen in the world for them, so then they will be happy. And I've just, it's become, it's become a big business. Especially, I've seen it lately. It's been advertising here. There's people, charging $10,000 for a 2-week course to become motivated and be able to manifest all the money. It's all about money, all the money that they want. And I've gone, and it's full of, and years and years ago, as I've told this group before, years ago, I did a lot of courses, and I learned a lot. I spent a lot of money, but I learned a lot, but I was clever enough to get out of that. But there's so many words can teach you so much. And people running these courses make it sound so complicated without explanation. And that wonderful saying that Ken said before about Einstein, if you know your subject, I can't remember exactly what it said, but if you know your subject, and if you can make a complex issue, a complex idea, statement, subject simple, then you certainly know your subject. And clearly, with me struggling with these words today, I'm not an expert on this, So,
absolutely.
So, but keeping it simple and keeping the words brief. And most people, I've been fortunate enough to observe people in their actions and teaching, teaching anywhere from little kids to adults, and as you would know, Kenneth, the in that environment, people exposed when they're under a little bit of pressure, then the behaviour comes out, and how people behave. So it's allowing that that natural spark within them to show. And I've lost my train of thought here. So with that process, yes, I've spoken 1,000 words and said very, very, very little of consequence this morning. So I've added to this. It's been coming back to the Mahamangala Sutta. It's very simple. The Mahamangala Sutta, when you break down the precepts are very, very simple, you know, and then putting them into action. That's the other part, you know, and it's somewhere along the line. I can't remember exactly, but but your words, you know, be careful with your words. I'm paraphrasing here. So and you're learning. It's all about learning, having good education, and treating your family right, and you know, it's very practical tools. 36 practical tools to help your life so much better. You know, it's not 1,000 words. Well, no, it's not 1,000 words. It's just some words. And yes, so I'm a bit scattered all over there this morning. So sorry about that. But I hope you understood a little bit. In my mind, it was clear. My words, it was not. So I find it easier to answer questions than to give talks for some reason. So anyway, thank you. I hope everyone has a wonderful morning and day.
Okay, thank you, John. Thank you. It's wonderful. Only one work, useful work, better than useless work.
Yes, very much.
Now so much video, so much propaganda, so much media, but how can we bring the peace to the people? That is very, very important. Yeah. So now I would like Thầy Huyen from USA. Thầy Huyen.
Yeah. Hello, Master. Hello, everybody. Yeah. I think this saying is very good. There are many people who talk a lot, but bring very good results, I think. For example, monks and nuns teach the teaching of the Buddha. They teach the philosophy to help people observe their wrong livers to become more authorized. But there are also many people with talk active disease. The more you talk, the more people avoid them. Why so? Because the more they talk, the more they can't control their words with rich culture and the selfishness that made them to go against their actual work. I don't know. I say wrong, right or wrong. Yeah, but I think that in my opinion, the less they talk, the better for them. They must be attention to listen to what others say rather than they speak. With the words that bring me and the mankind, but quick work that make people insecure. I think, you know, Russia and Ukraine, they fight together. We should attention, because the later they only talk. With the rich, they don't listen as the people, their country. Finally, yeah, because there's some country they fight together. I think that daily many people die. Very, very dangerous. If we only talk, we don't practice the teaching of the Buddha. I think I often heard my master teach that you should talk less and practice things that will help yourself and those around you. I want to ask you one question. There are some ex-YNTC who talk a lot. So how do you advise or help them to stop talking a lot? John, Mr. John, because I ask the one question again because something they only the talk. It become the sickness. How can we stop? How can we stop them reduce the talk? I think that if they talk the less, I think the better for them. I think so. Yeah, you can help me.
Yeah, I like to remind people we have two ears and one mouth. So listen twice as much as we can speak. One mouth, two ears.
Oh, well, no, thank you. Yeah. I understand. Yeah. Yeah, I think.
Now you are in USA.
Yeah, I came USA last night, master. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
I stopped in the London because I meet the line. Finally, I sleep London one night. I just come there the last night. Yeah.
You are right. Right. When you left, I'm still in Lumini, not around.
Yeah.
Bây giờ còn remain. Anyone to talk few words? Minh Phước Hòa. No, let me Phước Hòa. No, he's English now. Okay, thì thôi nói
Master, we have a few members on the line that maybe we can have some new members participate. Like I would like to see Thanh or you Phước Niệm share some words, maybe.
Yeah. Anybody want to talk few words? This is very interesting. We are on the planet, so let us try to protect the earth, and we try to promote the peace. It's very important. Not only talking. Now you say you open the radio, television, media, so many wrong things. Good thing they don't talk. For example, this morning, I and my student, we are sit on the bridge and we see the beauty of the nature, sunrise, and evening sunset. It's a beautiful, many birds. So let us talk and good action. Few words, but it's better than 1,000 words, usually 1,000 words. Yeah. And even now, I'm very surprised. The people, they say no need to travel. Reading the book is enough. That if you read in a good book, it's okay. It's a wrong book, so many problems in the life. But people listen. Yeah. Now what happened in Ukraine now? Not only Ukraine, in rest of the conflict. So many places in the world there's a conflict. Only talking nonsense, talking in the haters. This is not. We should utilize 1 or 2 words enough. Peace enough. Not war, not conflict, not many discourse. Action. Peace action. Yeah. And even the family. Many people they talk peace, but in their life many conflicts. What does that mean? And many people, they so-called the learned people, they got, no need to go anywhere. Reading at home, enough. Crazy talking.
Yeah.
Talk peace, but only talking on conflict. Yeah.
Master.
Yes.
Master, if I could say something, seeing Thay Son speaking from Nashville, Tennessee, reminds me that we recently had a horrible tragedy in Nashville at a Christian school. A student from that school walked into that school and shot 6 people, killed 6 people, and then herself was killed in that school. It's a reminder that, well, I'm not done yet. Actually, come to think of it, there was some discussion in the state capitol about this incident, and 2 Black members of the state legislature have been censured. They've been fired from the legislature for speaking, for bringing this issue up. And in the United States, maybe other people around the world don't realize this, but in the United States, the #1 cause of children's death is gun violence. We have more murders than any other nation in the world. We have more guns per human being than any other nation in the world. And reasonable people in the United States are trying to stop these murders from happening, especially mass murders. So in our situation, bringing about peace requires something different from words. We need a lot of Americans to protest, to sit in at these state legislatures that are doing nothing. We need to protest in front of the politicians who are receiving a tremendous amount of money in kickbacks from gun manufacturers and gun organizations. We don't need to talk at all. You know, we don't need any more words. What has happened on our daily news, we have more than 1 mass murder per day in the United States. We don't need to talk about this anymore. We need to do something, and doing something quietly, passively sitting in, passively keeping these legislators from allowing murder to continue like this. You know, it's a strange combination of active and passive. We need to get off our butts and go to these legislators and sit down and stop them from moving until they move in a caring and reasonable direction.
Yeah, I think you know that we should write a letter. We talk the the government stop the selling the gun, anything that I think that is very, very dangerous. I think because I think I stay in the Nashville, Tennessee, because there's some officer, they only talk, they very difficult to do that, because if any people they have the gun in their home, because they think they have the gun, they have themselves security. I think not better for them. I think so, because we should write a letter. Some people support about that, and we ask the government should do that. I think, yeah, I think so. That because I think the Mr. Thay and the Dieu name, because you say in the Dieu day you have the good idea for me. Yeah.
One of the ironies of this situation is that the gun owners and the associations to keep guns alive in the United States, they are Christian. They are deeply Christian. And, the #1 rule of Christ is to love each other with this divine love. These crazy gun owners, they say, praise the Lord and pass the ammunition.
Yeah. Please, Tan.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. So, today I have my children here as well. So, listening today, the topic was wonderful. Like a useless, word, thousands of useless words. Just one word that is saying that it's good. I think we talked about guns, right? Control. I know in America, I have a lot of they have the right what's it called, the right to own bear. That's why everyone to bear arms, they always have it. They think it's security, but then it's always happened. They're saying that if you have guns in your house, the chance of your children use it, and then you use it, to someone else, it's a lot greater. So I do agree that we have some kind of like a gun control or something to keep it down, because people, for example, without guns, right? We can, back to the day we fight, we get injured. That's all the severity of it, rather than people don't kill people, guns kill people. I think that is the thing that people are saying. So that's a big topic. It's been going on for many years. It's still going too. So I have my children at home, so I do bring up anything that on the news. I share with them, make sure that they are aware of it. But the thing is, having owning the guns, I think is not a good idea in general, because that is bring more harm than good. It's not protecting yourself. It basically is leading to a lot more dangerous than it is. And so I just want to look back with the topic today. So most of the time, I want to bring my children here when they have opportunity to listen. Just a small idea, for example, just like a small thoughts or positive thoughts that can plant in their head. So that's something that I want them to listen in, and then at least something will plant in their head in the future that will grow up to be a good citizens and then do good things. So at home, so I want to do that. So when I talk to my children, I always talk them in a positive way, trying to avoid negative thoughts, because you never know a certain phrase, a certain word you say to them, it will, because when they're young minds, so when they hear something, they don't really fully understand what I try to say. So important to reinforce positive thinking, positive like a reinforcements. So that's something that I'm trying to do at home. And then it's hard, when you have kids, and then you do certain things, they always challenge you. They always trying to bring the best out of you, the good and the bad too. So always trying to do my best, and then listen to Buddha teaching, and enforce them not to do any evil, cultivate good and purify heart. So always do good things, gratefulness. And then the master, I have to thank you, master, for simplify everything, just a few things that you can practice daily, small things that you do every day, so that will be make yourself more better every day, teaching around, basically better yourself first, and then change the people around you, the environment, and then start to move from there. So I appreciate everyone coming every week. I look forward every week to listen in, because sometimes I wrote down the note, I start to practice it. I learn a lot from this. So please keep sharing your thoughts, because I do learn a lot, and then my children listen as well. So thank you.
Yeah.
Now, yeah. Now, anybody want to join? We left about how much? About 15 minutes. This is a very good, wonderful. Therefore, yeah. I choose to talk the people. We should not member of NATO. The people think NATO means no addict. It's not NATO. NATO means no action, talking only.
Master, I have the one question about the Vietnam temple. Now I sometimes I'm worried. I worry a little bit, not so much. Because now there are many some the Buddhist nun and monk, they they stay there. How can I how can I do for the temple if the good for the temple, if I talk the so much, I think that is not good, because I follow the master. Yeah.
This is easy. This topic not here. I will talk to you. We make the temple. We would like the people come to practice and worship the Buddha. according to the regulation, only 3 days.
Yeah.
If we have the long term, we should have decision of the committee. That's all.
Yeah.
So why you worry much about? I tell you, they must follow the regulation. This is the temple. The temple is not the hotel. It's not the house. Yeah, they must follow regulation. Yes.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
If they stay more than 3 days, they should write a letter.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, thank you very much, Master. Diệu Phước Niệm, you talk. Yes, Master.
The temple, because in the Buddha Lumini, so many hotels. Why with this temple? How do they stay in the hotel? Because we are there. Really, you organize the group for practicing. Really practice. We are very happy. Yeah.
Yes. I follow, Master. Yeah, I understand. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Our monastery more than 40 years. If I open, I got a lot of money. But this is not the hotel. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Okay. This our office.
Yeah. I follow the Master. I think that you give the good idea. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
So sorry, I a little got angry. One morning we talk.
Not angry.
We should be kind. In the right, the wrong way. When we choose to work on, so should be useful work, not in the useful work. Yeah. Okay, I think nobody has any suggestion. I'm very much thankful to you. Now, the section today, we can close here and hoping next week. And if you have any idea and the topic, please send us before. And chúng mình đã go around, you show the set. Now, I repeat again, and this is the place. When Huyen he came here, 7th century, he explained, this is the oil river. You see now the construction.
Yeah, wonderful morning in the Lumbini way. Wonderful. Yeah.
And hope one day I will welcome all of you to visit this Holy Land and stay at my place, and we share the idea and we try to practice the wonderful work, useful work, and good action for humanity. Thank you, namaste.
Thank you very much, Master. Anybody? Yeah. Bye.